Board Secretary.
This portion of the agenda allows an individual the opportunity to address the board on any item not on the agenda regarding district business. State law prohibits the district from taking any action on any items not on the agenda unless authorized under section 54954.2 of the Government Code. Any matter may be referred to the general manager. An individual may also address the board on any agenda item at the time the matter is discussed and prior to board consideration or action. Speakers will be limited to 5 minutes. Your time will start when you approach the podium, and you will be given a 30-second warning before your time expires. If you choose to ask a question during this time, and a response by the board will not extend your time. Questions may be referred to the general manager to be answered at a later time after the meeting. In order to allow for a smooth and orderly meeting and allow each speaker the ability to address the board, disruptions from the audience will not be tolerated and you will be asked to leave. We appreciate your cooperation in this democratic process.
All right, at this time we open for public comments that are non-agenda items. Anyone have any comments they'd like to make? No comments, so go on to M1. Approval of March 21st, 2017 regular board minutes. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Mackay motions. Mr. Wilford seconds. Any discussion? Any comments? Call for the vote. All in favor? Aye. Unanimous. All right, new business. MB1. Acceptance of donated property. Assessor parcel 471-120-0200-5. Allison Burns.
Yes. Before you for consideration is authorization to the general manager to accept property being donated to the district by the Mackay Family Trust. This is property that's been in the family trust. It is the last asset in this trust, and they are looking to donate it to a public purpose in memory of their late mother, who passed 3 years ago. So before you is the agreement by which they would donate the property to the district, and we need your approval so that the general manager can sign a certificate of acceptance so that the deed can be recorded. We have done title work to ensure that it is free and clear, and also have done environmental checks to make sure that there are no environmental hazards on the property, and there are none.
We have a motion to accept the property. Second?
Dennis, public comment.
You have a second?
Second.
Mr. Coon. Is there any public comments on MB1? No comments. I call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous.
Thank
Manager
you.
will take care of that. MB2, approval of lease agreement for Kern County Sheriff's Rosamond Substation. General Manager, Mr. Ron Smith.
Yes, we've been talking with the sheriffs. As you know, they have no substation here in Rosamond, and we've been talking with them about a possibility of them having some of our office space, and we've negotiated back and forth. And so what I'm asking is for direction from the board to give me direction to negotiate the final lease that we've been talking about. And these would be the terms that they would get the exclusive use of one office and one cubicle that's in the front office here by using the front window, and that's the primary area. And then they'll get approximately 480 square feet portion of our public works building in the back. They will get a use of 30 by 30 foot portion within the existing mezzanine storage area of the public works, which is on the second floor, where we have a lot of open space and there was a lot of files that have been there before. And they'll get 10 parking spaces on the side over here. We have somebody in maintenance that used to do the building here, and so we would build the wall and put the doors in at their expense. The lease that we've been talking about, staff has looked at what the electrical expenses would be. They would pull their own wires for the telephones and the computers and everything, and so we calculated that would be probably less than $500 a month for electricity and janitorial services. So the lease would be a 5-year lease, $500 a month. We told them that we had some extra furniture that was laying around. If they wanted to use the desks and stuff, they could, that we don't use anymore. But they have some furniture. They would pay an amortized the improvements cost of $200 a month for the 5-year lease. If they decide to move after so many years, for whatever reason, that it would be payable in full at that time for the work that we did. And then the board has wanted me to look at some kind of language in the lease that would say, as long as the two missions don't interfere with each other, either the sheriff's department or the RCSD can, adjust the lease or pull out of the lease in case it's interfering with the regular business. And so if I get direction from the board on that, then, and whatever else.
What I believe Mr. Smith is asking for is direction to negotiate an authorization to execute a lease on the terms as enumerated just now.
Correct.
All right, can we get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Glennan, seconded by Mr. Mackay. Any public comments for the sheriff's substation? Any board discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
I'm
Is that
sorry
an
for the
opposed
vote.
then? So that
Was
one
that
opposed?
an aye opposed?
I oppose.
One opposition,
Okay.
3 nays.
Motion passes 3-1 with Director Wilford voting no.
All right, director reports and comments. Mr. Glennan?
Nothing happened in the last 2 weeks that I went to.
All right, Mr. Mackay?
Okay, on March the 8th, I attended an ACWA, the Association of California Water Agencies Legislative Symposium, and the symposium dealt with a number of water issues. We had a panel there of 4 members, and the panel examined the state proposed long-term water conservation plan. And one member of the panel, John Woodling, shared his ideas that local control is best in the long run. In order to take it away from the state, give us back the control of how we use the water. Senator Robert Herzenberg, the chair of the Senate Natural Resources Water Committee, spoke on 3 areas of concern to him. And these areas included recycling, stormwater capture, and desaltation. He said recycling is the cornerstone of the big picture. And what he was referring to there is we have a limited amount of water, and by using recycled water, we'll be able to help out with the water that we have. The second panel was there, and they discussed bringing water to disadvantaged communities. And one of the things that's happening right now, there's a lot of counties in the state, a lot of cities, communities, let me put it that way, a lot of communities in the state that don't have a water supply. And one of the things that is happening is in these areas, they're trucking in bottled water to these people. And they're looking for a different solution than bottled water. And then on March 28th, I attended a SDRMA, Special Districts Risk Management Authority Safety and Claims Education Day. And Assistant Manager John Houghton and myself attended that. And we were instructed in many safety courses that SDRMA offers through its Target Solutions Training Facility, along with its 2 sister organizations. And between the 3 training units, they offer approximately 1,600 online courses. And one of the reasons for attending this was SDRMA members who attended the education day are eligible to earn credit, incentive points, CIPs to reduce their annual contribution amounts for both property, liability, and workers' compensation programs. And then on March the 30th, I attended a special meeting of the Antelope Valley Water Master Board meeting, and there were 2 items of interest were discussed. And the first one was when to obtain legal representation within the constraints of the present budget. No decision was made. And the second item was they were discussing the budget. And again, no decision was made. And the next meeting of the Antelope Valley Water Masters meeting will take place at the AVAC building on April the 26th at 10 a.m. End of my report.
Mr. Wilford?
to report, except today's my son's birthday. It would be 29.
No, not happy birthday.
I did.
All right. March 28th, I attended the AVAC meeting. Nothing new to report there. It was a pretty quick and short meeting, so. And other than that, anyone else have anything else they'd like to add? All right, moving on. General counsel update.
Nothing for open session.
Interim manager.
Yes, thank you. At the water master meeting that I attended with Mr. Mackay, they also made the final decision to hire Todd. And so that's going to be the engineer. And the discussion about the attorney was, and I spoke there too, we have to watch the financing. As you know, the 110,000 acre feet is the maximum amount of pumping for the whole valley. And there's an administration fee that's placed on each of those acre feet. So that gives you a budget of about exactly $550,000 if they do by the maximum amount they can. The one budget I think is coming in, and Ed, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's about 380 to 400,000 is the one budget for the engineer. That's the majority of the work. And so attorneys, as you know, and I know from looking at our invoices, attorneys' fees can, there's no nodding of the head from council. Attorney's fees can go up really fast. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that goes on. And the majority of the discussion is the majority of what the water master has to do is not really as much litigation because, as you know, we're a government body. That water master is an arm of the court. So any argument has to go back and you have to argue with the judge. So it's not the water master protecting themselves, it's more people filing lawsuits and stuff or motions because they didn't like what the water master has done, but it's ultimately the judge's decision because they have to function as an arm of the court. So, but there's a lot of perfunctory stuff that needs to be done. And so there's a lot of discussion whether we have a group of the attorneys that are already there, discuss things, but then there's always that conflict. This thing has been going on since 1999, and people don't trust the other attorneys. That's why it's gone for so long, so we have that. The other item, and I gave it to Mr. Mackay, he's on the Aqua board. The Aqua is not supporting what the water boards want to do, and it affects us, and it affects this valley. The state water projects have a carryover right now because of such a wet year. So AVAC is trying to take that water that's their carryover, they can't use it, but they're water banking it. So that when we hit a dry year again, then there's water there. How that affects us is that, as you know, in the future, we're going to have to purchase some AVAC water if we don't have water rights in order to supply our community. If AVAC during a dry year only gets a certain percentage of their water, we're going to be short. If it's banked, they can take that water that they saved in the wet year and still supply us. The state wants to take it from them and not give it to them to flush the delta. And so Ed can take off from here. He has a letter from Aqua of what they'd like us to do.
Okay, what they're looking for is a resolution from us to send to the State Water Board. As I explained at the last meeting, the State Water Board is made up of a lot of young guys, and they have come up with the idea of freezing the quota for the state water project at 60%. Right now it should be at 100% because of all the water that they're storing and everything there. The farmers could use that water, but they want to use it to flush it down through the delta for the fish. All right, so what they're doing is they're asking us to provide for a resolution so that we can send it to the State Water Board via Aqua, which is the board that's pushing this, so that, we can try to persuade the government to turn it around and let the water flow to where it needs to be. And see, one of the things is, there's regulations that were out there, it was co-equal. There was so much water supposed to go for the fish, and so much water was supposed to go to the agriculture area, and also to water agencies to put the water out to their communities. And by doing this, what the State Water Board wants to do right now, they want to circumvent those regulations that were there and take the water. So my thing is that we need to see if we can get a consensus tonight to tell them manager to come back at the next appointed meeting with a resolution to send to the State Water Board.
Most assuredly.
We can't reach a consensus tonight. We can have the vice president give direction to the general manager, and we can take this under advisement, but we can't reach a consensus because we're not agendized.
Can you take care of that?
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
And that's all we have to report for right now.
Great. Assistant General Manager,
No updates.
no updates. Director of Finance,
No update at this time.
great. Director of Public Works,
Thank you. We've been busy installing master meters, continuing the master meter installation project. We're still hoping to have them done by the end of the fiscal year. How we sit right now, we're just over 1,200 meters remaining. So everything's going smoothly with that. We've had 4 service line repairs within our district. We had 1 main line repair out at our water bank, which we do the maintenance on. We completed the drilling of the monitoring wells at our wastewater treatment plant, which Mr. Houghton brought up at the last meeting. And staff would also like direction to pursue drilling 4 more wells at the wastewater treatment plant in order to complete the monitoring requirements set forth by the State Water Resources Control Board.
Can't take action on that.
Yeah. We're handling it, it's all we can do.
On the new meters, are they really working well like we?
Yeah, so far the reading process, the installation process, and the reading of them is going as smoothly as we expected it to. And once this is all complete, the reading time should be 1 employee less than 2 days to complete the entire town.
And none of them have failed yet.
I think we had 1 that we had issues with, and it was actually bad from the factory, but no failures after that.
Can we work on these ourselves like we did the old ones, or no?
They're actually not much different than the old ones in the way that they operate and what we can replace, but usually if there is a failure, it's something with the electronics and that, so they're all under warranty.
Mr. Smith, can you take care of the issue on the wall?
Yeah, we're working on it.
All right. Thank you. Director of Administration. No updates? All right. Take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Mr. Wilford, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.